Well, a survey last year from the Canadian Grief Alliance shows about half of the people who are grieving do not feel they have enough support. Registered psychologist Lisa Rowbottom is here to help us help others when grieving. And Lisa, I want to hit you with something that is often said or sent in a text message in grieving situations. Someone will say, "Hey, I'm thinking of you. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know." Is that a good move?
Not in particularly, because often when we've lost somebody, especially someone close to us, our whole world has been turned upside down. So we're very much sort of scrambling in the moment. What do I do now? How do I plan a funeral? All of these things. And we're not going to be able to think in that moment, oh, I have to get my kids to their sports event, or, what am I going to do for suppers this week? We're just not going to come up with those things. So you're best to think of some concrete things to offer. So if you know that, your friend has kids who are in a bunch of sports activities, then be the ride for a week or so. Drop off some meals. You don't have to even ask permission necessarily, unless there's some allergies, obviously.
Sure.
But you can drop off something that's easy to prepare. Makes life just move a little quicker so they can focus on what's important.
Yeah, action can go a long way. Are there other things that we should be aware of as far as possible missteps when we're trying to help but maybe don't know how to?
So you really want to avoid the, things will get better, or, the silver lining kind of approach to things, because people, when they're hurting, that's the last thing they need to hear from anyone, because you're not going to be able to say anything that's going to make it better.
Right.
And we often are in this place where we want to fix it in the moment because, we see someone we care about who's in pain. But the best thing to do is just to be there with them. So, let them talk about their loved one. You can bring it up. You can, if they're having an off day, just say, let's just sit and watch a movie, and I'll just be, and they can process whatever they need to, and you can just exist beside them. That will make a much bigger difference.
Now, often in the risk of saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing, people might do nothing when they know that a friend or a loved one is grieving, and you can feel guilty about that afterwards. Do you have any advice for people who maybe are afraid of doing the wrong thing but want to do the right thing?
It's okay to check in with the person to see if what you're doing is helping. So if you're offering to bring over a meal, when you drop by, you can ask them, would you like me to bring something next week? If you're offering to give their kids a ride, again, you can check in with them, do you want me to do this again next week? And trust the person to be able to say yes or no. Okay. So if you offer a ride and they say, no, we're fine, and you know that person enough to know they're going to say no and they mean it, then just allow it to be. And do something small, like make a note of the person's birthday on your own calendar so you can check in with them then.
Sure.
Just reach out and say, hey, how are things going? Just thinking of you today.
Okay, and really quickly, this is a tough answer, but how long does grief last?
Oh, grief can last a lifetime.
Yeah.
We learn to live with it, but it's something that doesn't 100% ever go away.
Okay, that's something to keep in mind for ourselves and for when we're helping other people out. Lisa, as always, thank you for your advice. Difficult conversations, but important ones. For more information on Lisa, you can visit Sojourn Psychology at sojo.ca.